Welcome, everyone. My friends, I want to begin by asking you a question. Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, how can I change my life? It's a question I've asked myself many times. It's a question that challenges us to not just look at our circumstances, but to look within. We stand at the threshold of a new year, a new chapter in our lives, and we have the power to decide how we move forward. You see, change is not something that happens to us, it's something we create. Change starts with us, inside of us, and seen in the choices we make, the thoughts we think, and the actions we take. Change doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of deliberate action and unwavering intention. So let me ask you this: how can you change your life in 2025? The truth is, every transformation begins with a question, and that question must be directed inward. It's not about what the world expects from you or what others think you should do, it's about you. When you stand in front of the mirror, ask yourself, am I living the life I truly want? And that moment of honesty is where the magic begins. It's in that stillness, that pause for reflection, where the seeds of change are sown. Change starts with intention, but intention alone isn't enough. You must pair it with clarity. What do you want to achieve? More importantly, why do you want to achieve it? Too often we get caught up in chasing goals that don't align with our true desires, goals we've inherited from others or the world. But real change comes when you connect your actions to a deeper purpose, when your why becomes so compelling that it pulls you forward even when the road gets tough. Intentional choices rooted in purpose are the foundation of a meaningful transformation. And let's talk about thoughts, shall we? Your mind is the engine of your life. If you fuel it with self-doubt, negativity, or fear, you'll find yourself stuck, unable to move forward. But when you feed it with possibility, gratitude, and hope, you unlock a power within you that can move mountains. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act shapes your reality. So ask yourself, are my thoughts leading me higher, or are they holding me down? In 2025, commit to training your mind as diligently as you would train your body. Choose thoughts that empower you. Then come the actions, because intention without action is just wishful thinking. Change isn't about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about creating it. Every choice you make, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger picture of who you're becoming. Would you be healthier? Start with one meal. Want to grow in your career? Spend 15 minutes today learning something new. These little steps taken with intention have a compound effect. Over time, they create a momentum that can transform your life. So as you step into 2025, remember this: change is not something that happens to you. It's something that happens through you. It's the result of intentional choices, deliberate thoughts, and consistent actions. And the life you dream of is within your reach. But it begins with a decision to look within and to believe that you, and only you, hold the power to rewrite your story. The question isn't if you can change. The question is, are you ready to begin? Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, untamed forest, knowing the treasure you seek lies somewhere deep within. The path isn't clear, the map isn't perfect. And you don't have all the tools you think you need, but you know you have to start walking. That's life, my friends. Too often we find ourselves waiting, hoping for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect version of ourselves before we take that first step. But let me tell you this, the perfect moment does not exist. The only thing that matters is now. Today is your moment. Right here, right now is where your transformation begins. I know it's tempting to wait, to prepare just a little longer, to hold back until everything feels just right. But life isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every second you spend waiting for the stars to align is a second you could spend becoming the person you were meant to be. Perfection is a myth that holds us hostage. It whispers in our ears that we're not ready, that we're enough, that we need to wait until we have all the answers. But here's the truth: readiness is a decision, not a state of being. You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to start. When you embrace the present moment, you unlock the power to create change. Every small action you take today builds momentum. It's not about leaping to the finish line. It's about taking that first step, no matter how small, no matter how uncertain. Action is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. And even when you stumble, even when you fall, the act of moving forward will teach you, strengthen you, and prepare you for what's next. Inaction, on the other hand, only keeps you trapped in the same place, circling the same fears and repeating the same doubts. Think about all the great achievements in history, all the lives transformed, all the barriers broken. And none of them began with someone waiting for the perfect time. They began with courage, with a decision to act despite the imperfections. They began with someone saying, I may not have it all figured out, but I'm willing to try. That same courage exists within you. It's the spark that urges you to take that leap, that faith, to make that phone call, to write that first page, to step into the unknown. That spark is your power, and it's waiting for you to ignite it. So as you look toward 2025, ask yourself, what are you waiting for? The truth is, the life you want, the change you desire is not somewhere far off in the distance, it's within reach. But you must decide to seize it. You must embrace the messiness, the uncertainty, and the imperfections, knowing that each step forward is a step closer to your greatness. Don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start today, because the only thing between you and the life you dream of is the decision to begin. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, yearning to swim across, but weighed down by chains you cannot see. These chains are not physical, they are the fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs you've carried for years, whispering that you're not good enough, not ready, or that your dreams are impossible. How often do we let these whispers dictate the course of our lives, dimming our potential and holding us back from the greatness that resides within? And the truth is, the only thing standing between you and the life you desire is the story you tell yourself, and that story can change starting today. Every limiting belief begins as a seed planted by a past experience, a fleeting failure, someone else's judgment. Over time, we water without a lot of doubts, allowing it to grow into a narrative that convinces us we're incapable of more. But let me tell you something powerful, that narrative is not fixed. It is not your destiny. You hold the pen to your story and you will rewrite it at any moment. Yes, it takes courage to confront the lies you've believed about yourself, but imagine the freedom on the other side. Imagine replacing I can't with I will, and what if I fail? What if I fly? When you let go of limiting beliefs, you create space for possibility. It's like clearing a cluttered room. Suddenly there's room to breathe, to dream, and to create. This year I challenge you to question every thought that tells you I can't. Ask yourself, is this true? Or have I accepted it because it feels safe? Comfort zones may feel like protection, but they are often prisons disguised as security. True growth happens when you step beyond that zone, embracing the discomfort that comes with change. I know change is not easy. It requires unshakable faith in your ability to rise above. But let me tell you what I've learned. The universe has a way of meeting you where you are when you dare to believe in your own power. You are stronger, braver, and more capable than you realize. The fears that once seemed insurmountable lose their grip the moment you decide they no longer define you. Your new empowering story begins when you say, this is my year, and I refuse to carry yesterday's doubts into tomorrow. So as you step into 2025, release the weight of fear and self-doubt. Let them sink into the past where they belong. Replace them with affirmations of your worth and potential. Say to yourself daily, I'm enough. I am capable. I am becoming everything I was meant to be. And this is your time. The power to change your life is not in some distant place, it is in you right here, right now. Write that new story, live it boldly, and watch how your world transforms. Every great journey begins with a single step. But what gives that journey direction and purpose is a clear destination, a bold, meaningful goal. When you set a goal that resonates deeply with your soul, it becomes a guiding light, pulling you toward the future you desire. The beauty of goals lies in their ability to transform our dreams into actionable paths. And they remind us that the life we envision is not a distant possibility, but a choice we make every single day. In 2025, I want you to challenge your scene to seem bigger, to set goals that scare you just a little, because stretches your imagination and awaken your potential. The key to achieving these goals lies not in grand gestures, but in small, consistent actions. Success is not built on occasional bursts of effort. It's built on showing up every day, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient. Each small step you take is a declaration to the universe that you are serious about your transformation. You don't need to have all the answers or see the entire path ahead of you. Just take the first step, and then the next. With each step, the road will become clearer, and you will find yourself closer to the life yourself that I'm working to create. Consistency is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's easy to start something with excitement and enthusiasm, but true transformation comes from sticking with it when the initial excitement fades. And there will be days when you doubt yourself, when progress feels slow, or when obstacles seem overwhelming. But remember this, the most significant changes often happen when you push through those moments. The breakthroughs you seek are often just on the other side of persistence. Trust that every small effort matters, that every step forward is building momentum, even if you can't see it yet. Trusting the process is essential, because change doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual unfolding, a slow and steady growth that requires patience and faith. Think of a seed planted in the soil. You water it, nurture it, and trust that in time it will grow into a strong, beautiful tree. Your goals are like that seed. They need time, care, and unwavering dedication. Celebrate the small wins along the way, for they are the building blocks of your larger success. Each small victory is a reminder that you are on the right path, that you are capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. As you step into 2025, I want you to remember this. The power to change your life lies in your hands. It begins with setting those bold goals that ignite your spirit and following through with unwavering consistency. Don't let fear or doubt stop you from starting. Don't let setbacks keep you from moving forward. The journey may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Believe in your ability to grow, to evolve, and to create the life you've always dreamed of. And know this, the world is waiting for you to show up and shine. So tap first step today and keep going, because you're great, and Nikon is just on the other side of consistency. Growth lies just on the other side of discomfort. And the truth is, everything you've ever dreamed of achieving lies in that space. The challenge, though, is that stepping out of your comfort zone feels risky. It feels uncertain. It feels downright terrifying. But let me tell you this, fear is not your enemy. Fear is simply a sign that you are standing at the edge of something great, something life-changing. Every great achievement, every bold leap, every transformative moment begins with the decision to step through fear and into the unknown. So the question is, will you let fear paralyze you, or will you let it propel you forward? When I think about the moments in my life that shaped me the most, they were never the moments when everything felt safe and easy. They were the moments when I stood face to face with my greatest fears, when I didn't know if I had the strength to keep going, but I chose to move forward anyway. And those were the moments when I discovered who I was, and I promise you the same will be true for you. You won't grow if you stay in the same safe, predictable place. You won't be the person you are meant to be if you let fear dictate choices. Growth demands that you lean into discomfort and embrace the challenges that scare you the most. Now, I know you might be thinking, but what if I fail? Let me reframe that for you. What if you fail? So what? Failure is not the end, it's a stepping stone. It's a teacher. Every time you fail, you learn something new about yourself. You learn how to be stronger, how to be more resilient, and how to rise even higher. Don't let the fear of failing stop you from taking the leap, because the real failure is never trying at all. And the only way to truly fail is to stay stuck in the same place, to let fear keep you small. But when you take that first bold step, even if you stumble, you're already ahead of where you were before. And stepping out of your comfort zone isn't about being reckless or fearless. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's about understanding that fear is a natural part of growth, and instead of avoiding it, you learn to dance with it. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the willingness to act despite it. And with each step you take, with every fear you confront, you'll realize that the fear you once thought was so overwhelming starts to lose its power. And the more you face discomfort, the stronger you become. The stronger you become, the more unstoppable you'll feel. As you look to 2025, I want you to ask yourself, what is one thing you've been avoiding because it feels uncomfortable? What is one fear that's been holding you back? And now I want you to make a promise to yourself to face it. Take the leap. Start small if you need to, but start. Trust that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. Because on the other side of discomfort is the person you've always wanted to be. The person who lives boldly, dreams freely, and steps fully into their potential. That's who you're meant to be. And 2025 is your year to become that person. Life is full of twists and turns, isn't it? Just when you think you've got it all figured out, a curveball comes your way. Setbacks can feel like the universe testing your resolve, whispering, how much do you really want this? But here's the truth, setbacks aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. They are life's way of refining you, teaching you, and shaping you into the person you're destined to become. Resilience isn't just about enduring the storm, it's about learning to dance in the rain. It's about finding the strength within to rise again and again, no matter again. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to feel defeated. You might start to doubt your abilities or question your path. But I want to challenge you to shift your perspective. Every setback holds a lesson if you're willing to see it. It might be teaching you patience, perseverance, or humility. It might be pushing you to rethink your strategy, dig deeper, or try a different approach. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? That shift in mindset is where resilience begins. It's where you transform obstacles into opportunities. Think about the moments in your life when you've grown the most. Were they the times when everything was smooth sailing, or were they the times when you faced challenges to yet on? Growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from those moments of struggle when you have to dig deep and find strength you didn't know you had. And resilience is built in those moments when you choose to keep going, even when every fiber of your being wants to give up. It's in those moments that you prove to yourself how powerful and capable you truly are. And let me remind you that resilience, it doesn't mean ignoring your emotions or pretending that everything is fine. It's okay to feel frustrated, hurt, or disappointed. Those emotions are valid. But resilience is about letting those feelings define you or dictate your actions. It's about acknowledging them, processing them, and then choosing to move forward anyway. It's about recognizing that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey to success. Every stumble, every fall is a step closer to your goal if you have the courage to raise it. As you step into 2025, I want you to embrace resilience as your superpower. You are not defined by your setbacks, you are defined by how you respond to them. And remember, the greatest success stories are born from the greatest challenges. Every time you get back up, you are stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what lies ahead. So when you face setbacks, and you will know that they are not the end of your story. And they're simply chapters in the remarkable tale of your transformation. And trust me, the best is yet to come. A positive mindset and gratitude are the keys to unlocking the life you've always dreamed of. Imagine waking up every day with a deep sense of purpose, a belief that no matter what challenges lie ahead, you have the strength to overcome them. That belief isn't just wishful thinking, it's the foundation of true change. The way you see the world and your place in it shapes your reality. When you choose to focus on the good, to see opportunities instead of obstacles, and to approach each day with hope, you begin to shift your energy. And when your energy shifts, so does your life. This isn't about ignoring hardships, it's about choosing to rise above them. Gratitude is the secret sauce to maintaining this positive mindset. It's a practice that grounds you, reminding you of the blessings you already have, no matter how small they may seem. When you take a moment to say, thank you for the air you breathe, the people who love you, even the challenges that have made you stronger. You create space for more good to flow into your life. Gratitude doesn't just change your mood, it changes your heart. It reminds you of your resilience, your capacity for joy, and your ability to thrive even when times are tough. I know it's not always easy. There will be days when life feels heavy, when it's hard to see the light in the darkness. But those are the moments when gratitude matters most. Those are the moments when choosing positivity is a radical act of self-love. It's easy to focus on what's wrong, to dwell on what you don't have. But I want you to flip that script. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already present. It empowers you to find meaning in every experience. The beauty of a positive mindset and gratitude is that they are habits you can build over time. Start small, perhaps with a gratitude journal, where you write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. Or take a moment each morning to set an intention rooted in positivity, like today I will find joy in the little things. These simple practices might seem insignificant, but over time they create a powerful ripple effect. And they reshape the way you see yourself, others, in the world. They fuel your growth and strengthen your resilience. In 2025, I challenge you to embrace this way of thinking fully. Let gratitude and positivity become your guiding lights. Watch as they transform your challenges into stepping stones and your dreams into reality. And remember, you hold the power to shift your perspective, to choose hope and despair, and to cultivate a life filled with purpose and possibility. Change doesn't come from the outside, it starts within. So let this be the year you look inward, embrace positivity, and give thanks for the infinite journey you're on. Imagine waking up every morning with an unshakable belief that you are destined for greatness. That belief is not arrogance, it is a quiet, powerful acknowledgement of your own potential. When you believe in yourself, you unlock a strength that no external circumstance can take away. This belief is the foundation of change. It's the voice inside that whispers you can do this, even when the world tells you otherwise. But belief alone is not enough. It must be paired with action, the commitment to showing up for yourself day after day. Because transformation doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. And let me tell you something I've learned. You don't have to see the entire path to take the first step. All you need is enough faith to begin. Inspired action isn't about having all the answers or waiting for the perfect moment. This is about listening to that inner nudge, that pull towards something greater, moving forward courage. And even if the results aren't immediate, even if the steps feel small, every action you take is a declaration to the universe that you are ready for more. It's in those moments of uncertainty, when you choose to act despite fear, that the seeds of change are planted. I know how easy it is to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. We live in a world that celebrates instant success, but real, lasting change is rarely that simple. It's built in the quiet hours when no one is watching, in the discipline of showing up when it's hard, and the persistence of pushing forward when it feels like nothing is happening. And this is where belief becomes your greatest ally. It's what keeps you going when doubt creeps in, when progress feels slow, and when you wonder if you're on the right track. Your belief fuels your actions, and your actions, in turn, affirm your belief. I remember, inspired action doesn't mean massive leaps. All the time it means consistent, intentional steps that align with your goals and values. It's about saying yes to opportunities that scare you a little because they stretch you and they know the distractions that pull you away from your purpose. Every choice you make, no matter how small, carries the power to shape your future. And here's the truth. When you show up for yourself, the world begins to show up for you. Doors will open, connections will form, and momentum will build, but only if you take that first step. So as you stand at the threshold of 2022 is 5, I want you to ask yourself, what would happen if you truly believed in yourself? What could you accomplish if you backed that belief with action every single day? The answer lies within you. You don't have to have it all figured out, you just have to start. Trust in your ability to create change, trust in the process, and trust that every step you take is leading you closer to the life you've always imagined. Because you are capable, you are deserving, and you are ready. The only question left is, will you begin? Imagine this: you're climbing a mountain, the peak hidden in the clouds. The journey is steep, the air grows thinner, and every step feels harder than the last. Now imagine doing it all alone. The truth is, life's most challenging climbs are not meant to be undertaken solo. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that we need others to help us navigate the terrain, to lend us a hand when we stumble, and to cheer us on when the summit falls so far away. This is the power of community, the network of people who lift you higher when your strength is wane. All the people you surround yourself with can either elevate you or anchor you. It's easy to underestimate the influence of those closest to us, but their energy, attitudes, and beliefs have a profound effect on our journey of change. Think about it. Are you spending time with those who inspire you, challenge you to grow, and remind you of your potential? Or are you surrounded by voices that plant seeds of doubt, keep you tied to the past, and stifle your dreams? Choosing the right people to walk with you on your path can mean the difference between giving up and going on. There will be times in 2025 when the road feels lonely, when you doubt your ability to keep going, and when life throws challenges that make you question your path. In those moments, don't hesitate to lean on your community. There's no shame asking for help and admitting that you can't do it all on your own. In fact, vulnerability is a strength that opens the door for others to step in and support you. When you allow others to share their strength, you're not only lifting yourself up, but you're also deepening the bonds that make us human. But community is not just about receiving support, it's also about giving it. As much as you lean on others, be there to uplift them too. Celebrate their victories, offer encouragement during their struggles, and remind them of their worth when they forget. When you invest in your relationships, you create a circle of mutual empowerment, a space where everyone grows together. This kind of connection is transformative, and it's one of the most beautiful ways to experience change. So as you embark on the journey of transforming yourself in 2025, take a moment to evaluate your circle. Seek out those who energize and inspire you, those who challenge you to rise, and those who remind you of your greatness when life gets hard. Nurture these relationships, because the truth is, none of us can do it alone. The climb may be steep, but with the right people by your side, the summit becomes not just attainable, but infinitely more rewarding. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with information, from social media to the news, advertisements, and even the people around us. But have you ever stopped to think about what you're actually consuming? What is the content that fills your mind on a daily basis? The truth is, what we feed our minds has a profound impact on the way we view ourselves in the world. Just like the food we eat affects our physical health, the information we consume shapes our mental and emotional well-being. If you want to change your life in 2025, it starts with being mindful of what you allow into your mind. We live in a world where negativity often seems to dominate. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos, to scroll through endless news feeds filled with fear, doubt, and division. But let me tell you this, you have the power to choose what you allow into your life. Every piece of content you consume, whether it's a social media post, a news story, or a conversation, has the potential to uplift or drag you down. The decision is yours. If you want to step into your greatness in 2025, you need to be intentional about what you feed your mind. Choose content that empowers you, that encourages you to dream bigger, to believe in yourself, and to push past your limitations. This doesn't mean you should ignore the world around you or live in a bubble of positivity. Our life will always present challenges, and you need to stay informed. But what I'm talking about is the choice to focus on the sources of information that align with your values, your goals, and your dreams. Seek out content that inspires you, that pushes you to become a better version of yourself. Whether it's books, podcasts, or social media accounts that encourage personal growth, make it self-love, make a conscious effort to surround yourself with the voices that support your vision for the future. Let those voices become the soundtrack of your journey toward change. I've learned over the years that the people and content you surround yourself with can either really build you up or tear you down. If you're constantly consuming negative news or engaging in conversation filled with judgment and criticism, it will weigh on you. But when you intentionally choose to fill your space with positivity, hope, and inspiration, you begin to see the world in a different light. Your energy shifts, and with it, your perspective. Instead of focus on what's wrong with the world, you start seeing what's right. You begin to notice opportunities instead of obstacles, and you start to believe that change is not only possible, but inevitable. This year, I challenge you to take control of what you consume. You have the power to curate your own environment, to decide what will influence your thoughts and actions. But mindful of what you let into your mind and choose to feed it with things that elevate you. The content you consume shapes the person you become. So make sure it aligns with the person you're striving to be. In 2025, commit to filling your mind with what fuels your dreams, your growth, and your potential. And the more you do this, the more you will see your life begin to transform in ways you never imagined. In the end, mindfulness of consumption is about protecting your peace and your progress. And it's about making sure that the things you expose yourself to on a daily basis are serving your highest good. As you step into this new year, remember that the power to shape you are just in the actions you take, but also in the thoughts you think and the influences you allow to enter your life. Choose wisely. The life you want to create in 25 begins with the information you consume today. So be intentional, be mindful, and let your choices guide you toward the greatness that is waiting for you. Imagine carrying a heavy burden every single day, a weight that drags you down and keeps you stuck in the past. It's like carrying a backpack filled with rocks, each rock representing a grudge, a moment of anger, or a past hurt. You may not even realize how much it's weighing you down, but the longer you hold on to it, the harder it becomes to move forward. Now picture what it would feel like to take that weight off, to finally set it down and step into your future with lightness and freedom. That's the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about letting the other person off the hook or forgetting the wrongs that have been done to you. It's about setting yourself free. Holding on to resentment, anger, and past hurts keeps you in the past, preventing you from fully embracing the present and the future. When you choose to forgive, you are not excusing the behavior of others. You are choosing to no longer let their actions control your peace. You are choosing to take your power back, to move forward with strength and grace, knowing that your past does not define you. You might be thinking, but how can I forgive when the pain feels so deep? I understand. I've been there. There are wounds that cut so deep and the pain can feel insurmountable. But here's the truth. Forgiveness is not about forgetting, it's about healing. It's about giving yourself the gift of peace, knowing that holding on to anger only harms you, not the person who hurt you. It's about finding the courage to release the bitterness and the negative emotions that no longer serve you. Forgiveness allows you to heal from the inside out, to make room for love, for compassion, and for growth. Letting go of the past doesn't mean you're condoning what happened or saying it's okay. It's about releasing the emotional hold it has on you. It's about reclaiming your life, your joy, and your future. When you forgive, you are making a conscious decision to no longer let the past dictate how you show up in the world. You are choosing to step into your full potential, to embrace the opportunities that are waiting for you in 2025, and to let go of the baggage that keeps you from moving forward. As we enter this new year, I challenge you to make forgiveness a part of your transformation. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and think about the people, situations, or even yourself that you need to forgive. Imagine the weight lifting from your shoulders, the freedom that comes with releasing those past hurts. Let go of the anger, the disappointment, and the regret. Embrace the healing power of forgiveness and step into 2025 lighter, stronger, and ready to create the future you deserve. The pursuit of perfection can be paralyzing. We often wait for the right moment, for everything to line up perfectly before we take that first step. But here's the truth, perfection is an illusion. No one has it all together, and no one has figured it out perfectly. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. You don't need to have every step mapped out, and you don't need to be flawless. What matters is the commitment to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may seem. Progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. And each little victory adds up, building the foundation for the transformation you desire. Perfection is a heavy burden to carry and often leads to procrastination. When we try to do everything perfectly, we become overwhelmed by the idea of failure. We become afraid to take risks or to make mistakes because we believe that perfection is the only path to success. But let me tell you this, mistakes are not the enemy, they are teachers. Every mistake you make is a lesson learned. Every setback is an opportunity for growth. When we release the need for everything to be perfect, we free ourselves to take action, to make progress, and to learn along the way. The only way to achieve real change is by embracing the process, imperfect and messy as it may be. In 2025, I challenge you to let go of the pressure to be perfect. Instead of striving for an unattainable standard, focus on taking one small, meaningful step each day. These steps may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they accumulate and compound. It's like building a house brick by brick. Each action you take builds upon the last, creating a structure that stands strong. Don't let perfectionism rob you of the progress you're capable of. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small wins, the incremental improvements. Because when you look back, you'll realize how far you've come, not by perfection, but by profess. Every day is a chance to evolve into the best version of yourself. And the beauty of progress is that it's personal. It's not about comparing yourself to anyone else but anyone else. Measuring where you are today against where you were yesterday. You are your only competition. So as you move through 2020, focus on how you can improve, even in the teeniest ways. Maybe it's waking up 10 minutes earlier, or saying no to something that no longer serves you, or choosing a healthier option. These actions may seem small, but they add up. Little by little, you're becoming the person you've always wanted to be. I remember perfection is not required for progress, action is. And most importantly, understand that progress is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, moments when you feel like you're not getting anywhere, but keep going. Trust in the process. The road to change is not linear, but with each step you are becoming stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with your purpose. So in 2025, choose progress over perfection. Commit to moving forward no matter how small the steps, or even your growth, and trust that with consistency and dedication, you will transform into the best version of yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. And that's where the magic happens. In conclusion, I want to remind you that the power to change your life is within you. You have everything you need to create the life you want. The key is to believe in yourself, to take action, and to trust the process. The world is waiting for you to show up, to shine. So make this your year. Make this the year you change your life, the year you become the person you were always meant to be. You are ready. Now go and create the life you deserve.